In my previous video, I talked about the different options I was considering for travel in 2022. I am now retired and thus have more time that can be allocated toward being on the road. But there are some other considerations to think about, like being on a fixed budget and how to incorporate solo and two-up travel into the same trip. The options I have been considering include buying a pull-behind trailer for the bike, using my Kindon trailer to transport the bike from place to place, or buying a small toy hauler RV. At the tail end of October, my friends and I decided to head down for an end-of-the-season camping trip, and I thought it would be a good opportunity to test out one of these options by loading up my bike and pulling it down to central Connecticut for a long weekend. This would allow me to play with the extra space provided by my Toyota Tacoma, or the Taco, as many Tacoma owners refer to them by. Of course, the first major difference between traveling on a motorcycle and traveling by truck is that you can carry a lot more stuff and also larger stuff. Here's an example of what I mean. Normally, my bike camping stove consists of these items: an MSR, Pocket Rocket 2, and a fuel canister. However, given the extra capacity of the truck, I can take my full-size 2-burner camp stove. In addition, I can carry larger pots for cooking. Another item that got larger is my camp chair. Normally, I am limited to this more compact version from REI, but with the Taco, I can take a full-size chair, which is much more comfortable and easier to get in and out of for we old guys. The extra space also allowed me to take a cooler and extra food. That is something that on the bike we usually have to think about after setting up camp and emptying the panniers before making a run to the store. Now, one extra indulgence that I really liked was this little Keurig mini coffee maker. I have used small presses and drip percolators when I travel, but I can tell you having this electric coffee maker was awesome. As far as the setup and takedown process goes, I am not sure having a truck and trailer simplifies that in any way. You still have to set up your tent and blow up your mattresses, etc. Getting the bike on and off the trailer can also be a bit of work, and we'll talk more about that later. One thing that having a vehicle is nice for is getting firewood. Most campgrounds now require you to buy wood within the park, so having the truck to make a wood run was very helpful. Even with all this extra space advantage, I would still rather be riding the bike. The trip to the campground was nice, I got to relax and listen to music, but I still prefer the feeling of riding on two wheels. Maybe my feelings would change on a longer trip, but for this 3-day excursion, I think I would rather the simplicity of camping off the bike. We will have to try a longer trip in the spring to see if my thoughts change.
My wieners are bigger than Peter's.
While I've used the trailer to take my bikes to and from the dealer for service, and I've hauled a few friends' bikes when they were broken down, this is the first time I have used the trailer to take the BMW on a, quote, trip. In the past, I have always pushed the bike on the trailer and off again, and made sure that I always had a spot or two. But this time, I decided to try it for myself. I figured that I was going to have to learn if indeed I was planning to take this setup on the road. I think you can see where this is going. The Kindon trailer comes with a ride-up ramp, and I was easily able to get the bike loaded and tied down at home. I figured I would just take it slow and reverse the process to unload. Well, that did not work out so well, as while I was unloading, my left foot came down on the edge of the ramp and immediately fell to the side, taking the rest of my body and the bike along with me. Fortunately, all that was hurt was my pride. However, the bike did sustain some cosmetic damage in the form of scratches and a couple of broken pieces of plastic. Of course, given that this is a BMW, these plastic pieces are rather expensive, so I submitted an insurance claim to see what they will pay for. Anything will help to soften the blow. When I got home from this trip, the first thing I did was to make a temporary ramp extension so that I could easily walk the bike off the trailer by myself. I am also looking for a wider ramp to replace the one that came with the Kendon trailer. Hey, you live and learn. I will not make this mistake again, that's for sure. So go ahead, tell me how stupid I was. There's nothing you can say that I have not already thought to myself. Ride safe out there, guys.